nothing to do with what I'm supposed to represent, who I am. And when you really know the core of you, you know that representing your natural self has much more power than trying to look like a European woman.
Exactly. And
I don't want that.
that's why I'm so me. Like
Mhm.
I'm so about being you and wearing your natural hair cuz honestly all you're doing is telling them that we're not worthy to wear our hair. Like our hair,
That's right.
you're agreeing with them saying our hair is ugly or our hair looks animalistic, whatever they want to throw in our minds to make us
Right.
believe that we're inferior,
Right.
that we don't deserve to embrace our hair. Like, no.
Right. Right. The only way I would even say, like we were saying, if you want to be versatile and throw your protective style wig on one day, okay, do you. But for the
Right.
most part,
Right.
it's the main all day. It's the
Yes.
power in the coils all day.
Yes.
Like that's where the
Yes.
strength is for me. And
Girl.
that's how I identify,
Yes.
period. Period.
Period. And
Hmm.
I agree with you. I feel like we are, I feel like we are so much more empowered and so much more stronger. Like, I feel like people see the strength in you when you're a natural woman
Right.
because the because 80-90% of the world is programmed to think a certain way,
That's right.
to make themselves look a certain way.
That's
And
right.
when you stand out and you're different, I feel like you stand out. Like you
That's
really
right.
stand out.
That's right. And that you know what, being I feel like it comes off as a threat sometimes.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
because a lot of people don't know how to accept that
They
because
can't.
of the programming.
Mm-hmm.
They look at, because we so brainwashed here, and the
Yes.
fear has been set into
Mm-hmm.
the ancestors. Because if you look at like I would say it stems from our fathers and mothers, father and mother. When it was at that generation where
Mm-hmm.
we had just went through desegregation,
Right.
we just getting the black kids into the all white schools. We got the dogs attacking us. We got Martin Luther King coming. We got Malcolm X coming. We got all these freedom fighters that are risking their lives every day to give
Right.
us a voice. Around that phase of time, there was a shift that happened where we were starting to be taught in our own household. And it was in their minds, they were thinking it was to protect their children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to dress clean, you got to look a certain way, you got to talk proper. That's where the etiquette classes were really popular back then. This is your fork. Go, you work from the outside in, dinner fork,
Mm-hmm.
salad fork. You start. That's when that stuff started really thriving because they wanted to protect their children by making them
The
acceptable.
bull. Mm-hmm.
So we're taught to look different now,
Right.
and it's sad because that was lost in translation. That
Right.
was a protecting mechanism that just wasn't translated properly. We should
Right.
have never felt that we had to do that to be
Right.
accepted.
Right.
So now, even in the workplace, a lot of times that's the reason you're accepted or denied. You come in there
Yep.
natural, they automatically on guard because they're like, oh, she woke. Or oh,
Yeah.
he's aware of his
Mm-hmm.
strength and his power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one here
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a problem. They
Right.
unapologetic. Oh, this
Right.
and that.
We don't want them.
And it's crazy because it's like they look at the relaxed hair like, okay, that one's impressionable. That
Right.
one is gonna be the okay, whatever you need, whatever you
Right.
say. They're
Uh-uh.
they're they're groomed. They know how to
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
You know
See,
what I'm saying,
I guess I'm rebellious because
girl?
I'm just, and that's part of Aquarius nature. We rebellious.
Oh
So it's
Jesus!
like I don't like following people's rules. I like to
Oh
make the rules. I like to be in control. I like
no,
things
y'all
my way.
Aquarius cut up like that. Too. You know
and now and now I understand why I have some rebellion in me because it's in my nature
Yep,
because of the sign I am.
that's right.
And I definitely rebel against, these jobs and these rules and, things that they expect of us. And making us change our appearance to be accepted for a job. It's
That's
like,
right.
no, why do
That's
I
right.
need to change my appearance? And that's another reason why we all should have a business.
That's right.
And and I'm not saying that you just need to be an entrepreneur, but you still need a business so you can take advantage of those tax breaks.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to be taught dealing with the power of being an entrepreneur. And then even you said something with that one, like even to add to that, some people need to know, like, okay, maybe I don't have the drive or the mastermind to steer my own ship, but
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn how to start supporting one another.
Yes.
So if you know an entrepreneur and maybe you know that they have a lack in an area where you have a strong suit,
Mm-hmm.
that's a pair up moment right there. That's an
Yes.
opportunity to network and be loyal to something that we should really be intentional about instead
Right.
of being loyal to the one that's feeding you crumbs
Right. Right.
and then
For
putting you in
what?
a box and looking at you a certain way as far as
Mm-hmm.
placing you as less than what you're really worth.
Right.
I'm no longer settling for that. Like what
Right.
my time is worth, most people I mean not in entrepreneurship, in the corporate world, it's gotten to a point now where you're not gonna pay me what I
Right.
know I need, like the work. You're not gonna pay that for me to
Right.
clock in for you and give you all of my day. So
Right.
I don't think
Right.
so. No, I'm good on that. I'm good on that
Girl.
because if I can go on live and promote a $600 package that's going to help an entrepreneur thrive in their business, and I can get that cash app or that however you got yours set up, whether it's legit or not.
Right.
I do have a business bank account, but for those that don't, some of us starting out cash app, PayPal, that's fine. However you got that doggone cash app payment, I bet that happened in less than an hour, let alone
Mm-hmm.
9 hours, and you gotta wait for this check for the end of the week. You know how many hours you had to put in? 40 hours for something you could get in 1 hour.
Yes.
I'm not doing
Yes.
that. I'm not
Girl.
doing
Girl, preach.
that.
Preach, girl. Cause
Not anymore. But you have to learn,
yes.
we're not taught that. We're taught to go to school, save the money, get a job.
Right. And get paid pennies,
It's totally
basically.
opposite for people that are financially wealthy and that are speaking financial literacy. They
Mm-hmm.
teach you total opposite of what we've been taught all of our lives.
Yes. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
They've been programming us since we came out the womb.
Programmers to keep us behind.
Yes. The
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah, most definitely.
I am enlightened though that we now know, the truth
Yes,
and how to, overcome, all of these past years that they kept us away from this
yes,
information.
yes. And I love how, even though, like I said, there's always a lesson in the setbacks. Even though
Mm-hmm.
COVID and the pandemic and the inflation and war and all this different stuff that's happening,
Yes.
technology has been a beautiful thing for African
Mm-hmm.
Americans.
Yes.
People have the time now. So
Yes.
the people that had to, end up working from home, now you
Mm-hmm.
have time to go read a little bit or go tune into a live on the side or something like that. And for people
Yes.
like me that lost their job, I was able to fully shift my energy and focus directly on that one thing and
Yes.
build that one thing. So
Yes.
it's been beautiful because even in these last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
that has helped me build more awareness of what I stand for as a natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. I love that we have that in common.
Yeah.
Like when I first got locked on to you, I was like, oh, I love that she embraces her natural self.
Yes.
She's not covered up with a mask. Like
Mm-mm.
she'll have, long fingernails, a wig on. Like I'm just glad that you come just authentically you. Like
Girl,
I was like,
that's me. And you know what? What's so funny about that time? Because I think you caught the boss in a bonnet era. I think you were
I
okay.
I did a little bit, but you were kind of going into the house because the
Okay.
dogs was always barking.
Okay, got you. So there was about before the dogs became an issue, girl. Oh my God. There was about maybe 4 months. My introduction to Instagram was from Boss in a Bonnet. So I literally, like, to piggyback what you're saying about me coming as myself. When I first signed up for Ramaya to be my coach, he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Okay, you got to go live." Just like we teach y'all. At one point, I was in y'all seat, getting taught. So,
Yes.
and you always should be teachable. That's another lesson for when you asked that question earlier about people wanting to be entrepreneur. Always be teachable. Always have a coach.
Yes.
Even when you're growing, once you've grown out of that first coach, go seek the next one that can get you to the next level. Like, always have someone that could be your advisor to say, "Hey, we can go that way. This
Right.
will be more beneficial." They're going to be able to help you avoid a lot of unnecessary setbacks, pain
Right.
points, like, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said you have to go live more often, that was when I was homeschooling. Okay. So I
Okay.
was like, how am I going to be able to fit in, getting all dolled up to come talk to some people that I don't even know? And
Right.
I know when I wake up, I gotta log my child in. Then he has like a break, 2 or 3 different breaks that I gotta listen out for to make
Mm-hmm.
sure I know when he's shifting and when to click the computer off. And then ask him about what he just learned. Then fix the breakfast, fix the lunch, and keeping up with his schedule with that
Right.
homeschooling. Girl, I wasn't taking no bonnet off. So I was just like, forget it. When I go
Right.
live, the main thing I started saying was, don't get the bonnet twisted. I'm a boss in a bonnet. So I'm still checking invoices. That's
Right.
how I first started going live, talking smack. I was like, listen. And I didn't have a logo for Boss in the Bonnet. I wasn't even naming it something at that
Mm.
point. I was just naming myself. I was like,
Right.
I'm a boss in a bonnet. And sure enough, women started DMing me and they were like, how do you come so confident like that? Shout out to Based on Purpose. She was one of them. The lady's name is Malia, and she's so beautiful. I love Malia to death. Malia is an engineer,
Mm.
very
Wow.
established young lady. Okay. And she was one of the first women in my DM. She was like, "B, how do you come on here with a bonnet?" I was like, "Girl, I don't care about these people.
Right.
Not saying I don't care about them, but I don't care about opinions.
Right.
I
Right.
could care less. I am one of the most nonchalant
Salon.
when it comes to what people have to say about me. That's why I always tell the tribe, what people think about you is none of your business.
Business. Right.
I don't
And it's so
care.
true. It's
Like,
so true.
what the what? So she told me in the end, like, thank you, V, because of you, you helped build my confidence. So then she started going live, and instead of her being all together, she said, I purposely went live, putting my pin curls in because she has long, beautiful hair. And
Mm.
she's natural. She's a sister that's mixed. Her heritage
Okay.
is mixed. So she has
Gotcha.
very, very long hair, and her texture is kind of straight
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
but she loves to keep it natural. She doesn't have a process. It's just that she doesn't have coily hair. So
Okay.
she uses pin curls, and she would sit at her desk and go live and pin her hair. She would
Mm.
sit and put her little hair pins in, and she's like, "So yeah, we're talking about this, and we're going." And she DM'd me, and she's like, "It's because of you." And when I saw that, I said, "Okay, this is it right here. There are women that need confidence building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that that was a need, but it came from me being my authentic self that I
Yes.
found out there was a need." So
Yes.
that's when I went to my little computer and I said, I'm going to take my bonnet, just my nightly bonnet that I wore from Walmart, girl. I got a logo on the computer, made the logo. I got on my printer, I heat pressed my bonnet, and I came on. And from that point forward, bossing a bonnet became a thing. So then here come the women again. I need a bonnet. How do I get one of those bonnets? So literally, it was the audience that
Yes.
made my first product.
That's
Boston the
awesome.
Bonnet was my very first product, and it had absolutely nothing to do with graphic design. It was everything to do with the confidence side of me. So
Mm-hmm.
my initial way that I came live and became kind of like a trender was
Mm-hmm.
because I had that alter ego. People were
Gotcha.
tuning in to Boston about it. They loved to see
Yes.
her cut up. If she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't fussing, cussing, crying, praying, you never knew what you were gonna get on that porch. Okay, I used to cut up on that porch. So anybody watching this, anybody new to it, if you scroll to my old lives, oh, it's just full of entertainment. I just grew into this whole, let me stay in, let me give a little ring light, let me teach my little strategies every now and then and tie
Right.
in a little personality. Girl, at first it was all personality. You got all kinds of crazy from Boston to Bonnet. So she became my alter ego. And
Got
that's
you.
so funny that you said that. I love you being your authentic self. And that just took me back to, you know what? That's what got me here.
Yes, yes. Hey, the alignment is real. I mean,
Yeah.
God brought me to you for a reason, and you technically like gave me life when I be sitting in that in them people's job at the people's building.
At the people's building.
Yes,
Side.
you be giving me life because I be literally miserable in there. I don't like being
Oh.
around them people. The energy is just whack in there.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that for
Yes.
you. Well, I'm very, very, very honored. Like every time I get any feedback, just like you said, keep you going and enlighten you. That's what the tribe does for me. That's what y'all do for me. It was so many days, especially trying to find my groove in this social media thing. In the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, I
Mm-hmm.
used to question it. Sometimes I would get overwhelmed. And then sometimes you'll get people that got so comfortable. And because they're comfortable with who they think you are, they
Mm-hmm.
think that they have full access to you. So here
Right.
come the Instagram calls and text messages. I mean, DMs where they're like trying to drain your drive. Like I was
Yeah.
around the clock. I mean, 2 in the
Wow.
morning, people used to try to call my phone on Instagram. Yes.
Wow.
And I had to come live and I had to like squash all of that. I did a live announcement one time and I was like, we got to set some boundaries here. I
Yeah.
understand everybody feel like it's sis and family. Yeah, that's the presence I want. I want y'all to know this is a safe space, but I want you to also know that you're not my only priority.
Right.
So when I click off of this camera, I still got family I have to tend to. I still have rest that I need. I still like, we're not about to do this. And
Right.
it got in this weird space and it triggered depression. And I
Mm.
kind of went away. Like I disappeared for about a week. And then people were like, where are you? You're not
Right.
live. Because I
Right.
used to be live every day. Like,
Right.
and girl, it was a moment where I had to really figure out my flow.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going back to boundaries. When I set the
Right.
boundaries, and another thing that helped, this is another tip for entrepreneurs, your systems. When you start putting your systems in place,
Mm-hmm.
that helps to establish the boundaries. Instead of me always feeling like I got to be on the call with you every time for
Yes.
everything that you're
Right.
trying to buy from Panther Inc., how about you fill out a form?
Yeah.
Because if I was on the phone with you, I would be asking these questions. So let me
Right.
just send this form, fill out the
Mm-hmm.
form, we can get to work. And now I still have my sanity. Like things are
Yes.
still moving in the
Right.
background. And I don't have to keep stop, break, stop, break, stop, break.
Hold
I'm still
hands.
trying. Yes. So, and it's not the people's fault, but sometimes people get very selfish. And
Yeah.
I can't even say that all of them are on purpose. Some
Right.
of them are selfish people by nature or
Mm-hmm.
users by nature. But some
Mm-hmm.
people are just so excited to connect to a real person that
Yes.
they see can help them and want to help them. I think
Right.
that's the thing. People know I'm genuine when I really want you to win. You're going to feel
Right.
it.
Right.
So they try to take that thing and it's like they want to put Panther in a chokehold, bring her home, put her in a box, and think that I just belong to them. I'm their property.
Yes.
I can't go
Yes.
home with y'all. It's okay. I love everybody. But you still
Promise
need
you that's
y'all
how
coming
they
at the
feel.
same time.
I promise you that's
Oh,
how they feel.
girl. Like, oh, I just need her right here all the time.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
listen,
People love the energy.
they love
People,
it. They love it.
yes, they really do.
I'm gonna keep bringing it, girl. But Lord, they don't think about. Okay, I'm probably not the only one in her DM, and I'm not the only one trying to book a call, and I'm not the only client, and I'm not. They don't think that
Right.
part. They
If
just
other
think
people, if
it's
I'm
just
thinking this,
me.
other people is thinking this too.
They thinking it too, girl. So when I got 50 going at one time, we got a problem.
Right.
We got to slow it down and
Girl.
fill this form out, baby.
And people want that instant success, but you don't know what it takes to get there.
Oh, it's levels. Oh,
Yes.
it takes levels, focus, and patience.
Mhm.
It's levels,
Mhm.
focus, and patience. You got to have a lot of patience and a lot of it's tenacity. It's a
Yes.
combination of that too, and you have to be a diligent person studying your craft. Don't ever
Yes.
get comfortable thinking you've arrived, or get
Mm-hmm.
comfortable thinking, okay, I know all I need to know about. No, there's always something to learn, and there's always someone out there doing it better than you, and there's always someone also waiting to take your spot. So
Yes.
never get
Yes.
comfortable. Keep
Right.
learning. That's
Right.
like the main key. Keep learning.
Learning.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So true.
Mm-hmm. So what you got for Miss Lip Gloss popping? My lip gloss be popping.
Girl, this called Brick House by Sexy in Seconds, girl. I love it.
Oh!
It smells amazing. I love the tint on it.
And I know, yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah, it's real
Very
pretty, and
pretty.
it looks real pretty on my lips. So I
I
love it.
like it, Ty. I didn't know. I'm gonna have to check out her product, Sexy in Seconds. I know exactly who you're talking
Talking
about.
about
I love
yes,
her personality too. Have you had her on here yet?
yes.
Oh,
She was right before Jay.
oh, really?
Yep. She
I
already
love
on
me some
here.
Sexy in Seconds. I need to catch her on a live or so. I need to go back and watch that thing because
Girl, she a jokester like
yes,
me.
because in her comments, she has me cracking up. I love her personality. So yeah, I need to see that. I didn't know she sold lip gloss, so I'm gonna have to check her out.
Vegan lip gloss, girl, because you know
It's
it's the vegan
vegan.
way.
Yeah, you beat everything vegan over there. You know I'm pesky. I'm pesky, but you know
Girl,
I rock with
I
y'all.
be pesky too sometime when I have my cheat days.
So
I try, but I've been having these thoughts to myself. I was like, if I think about what Jesus did, Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. So if fish is really that bad, why was Jesus feeding us fish?
you know what? That's gonna be what I hit. You know what?
And I'm
Nikia gonna be
a vegan,
mad.
but I'm thinking like this
Nikia
though.
gonna be mad at me.
Girl, I'm gonna have to tell Key about that too, because I'm like,
No, we gonna have to
man,
double team Key. Look, Key gonna
yes,
fight though. She gonna fight back. Key gonna
she
fight back.
is,
She
she
gonna
is. But I'll be
be
like,
so
well,
upset.
well, what would Jesus do?
Yep.
Jesus will
Yep.
feed us fish.
I love it. Yes, girl. I never thought about that.
Girl, I just had a moment and I was just thinking.
That was the Lord. God just
I
came. He rained down
I
and
think
gave me
so.
that epiphany to say, I fed him with that fish. Girl, you can't stunt on the sea. I'm sorry. And
You
then
can't.
we're going to take it even deeper. They thriving off living water. They live in the water.
Yes, they live in the water and been living in the water. And God said you can give a man a fish, and he'll eat for one day. But if
Or
you
you can
teach him how
teach
to
him to
fish,
fish.
he gonna
Every
eat.
analogy go back to the fish.
Yes.
Forever just life. Just abundant
Yes.
life. It's always the fish.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yes.
And the symbol. That little symbol that look like the little fish tail. It's
Yes.
like
Yes.
symbol. It's a fish. It's literally a fish. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yes. We is.
Ladies gonna hate that day.
Girl, she is, because she all about her vegan life.
But girl, I'm pesky. I can't give up my fish. And I can't give up, I'm sorry, snow crabs and crawfish, like I said on my lives before. I'ma feel like I'm no longer a Louisianian if I cannot. Every year it is a tradition for my father to throw a crawfish boil for my birthday.
See, I want to go. I got to come for your birthday because I haven't had crawfish. I don't even know how to eat them.
Ty, it's everything. Like it is a part of my spirit. Even when spring come in, Ty, my body it's almost like your clock. I shift into craving it. I want crawfish etouffee. I want catfish. I want salmon. I want a crawfish ball. I'm around here feeding for snow crabs. It becomes a problem. It's like a crackhead. I am literally a crackhead when it comes to fish, snow crabs, and crawfish. Everything else you can keep. And I don't eat it often. Like, I'm not somebody that gotta have it every week.
Right.
Or something like
Me
that.
either.
It's just like I have these crave moments and I cannot ignore it.
Right.
That's the Lord saying this is good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See, you done took it to church today.
I did.
We talked about that loaf of bread and that fish. Nikia is going to hate me. And I'm going to blame it on Ty. I'm gonna say, look, Ty gave me this revelation. See how I just got petty like that, and I just put all of it on Ty, and the kid gonna still deal with me though. She
Right.
gonna still come from my throat. I don't want to hear that, Panther. It's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be something to that effect.
She probably gonna say something to me when she see me. Ty, why are you telling Panther?
Yeah, we done started some stuff up, girl. Now I'm gonna be a whole
I'm
revolutionary.
gonna be like, I didn't do it. Jesus told me. Jesus said it.
The fish.
Fish.
About the fish.
Oh, and I feel like if we don't have it all the time, and it's not that bad.
No. Because so you have plenty of time like filter it out. Because I'm always like I always have lime water with me every day. So if it's not lime water, it's lemon lime water. I replaced a lot in my diet because I had what they call a hysteroscopic DNC surgery because I had polyps that formed on my ovaries. Oh. And people that don't know, for women, a lot of our problems with endometriosis, cysts, polyps, all those different problems with our feminine organs, it traces to our diet. Cloudy brain, when you can't really focus, inflammation in my body. I used to have a lot of bad inflammation from working at the computer, but also eating sugar. Right. I used to always have a snack. I'm the type of person, when I'm working and sitting, I always have to snack on something. And girl, it was causing so many problems. Then I also had what was it called? I went into pre-hypertension once at work, almost passed out. Oh, because I was eating the wrong stuff. So the more I started educating myself on diet, that led me to cutting out stuff. And that's why I'm like, I'm pesky, but most things outside of seafood, I have a pretty clean diet. I had to get rid of it, and I'm a potato chip freak. Like my weak spot was potato chips. I would eat potato chips all the time, but anything dealing with starch, bleach, like bleach things, bleach products, bleach white rice, bread, wheat, not wheat, but flour, all of those different products, it causes big problems in our community. And then what do you see coming up in the hood? You got Kool-Aid, you got the noodles, they got the sodium packs full of seasoning that has a lot of salt. We got a lot of sugary snacks, and then a whole lot, like smothering. Like in the South, we eat a lot of smothered, like gravy and rice for everything, because it's a cheap meal that stretches. Right. You could cook a pot of smothered chicken and gravy, or smothered pork chops, gravy and rice, and that'll feed a whole family 2 days straight. Everything about it goes against what our body is supposed to produce. I mean, not produce, but break down. Right. Our body doesn't like it. And when I found out flour and all that different stuff was really attacking my female organs, I'm like, okay, we gotta do something about this. And girl, ever since I started making those small changes, I've been seeing major differences in everything. My energy level, even though I am just a scatterbrain by nature, but me being able to think and recall, it got better. Gotcha. Until I had that oral surgery. Girl, when they put that IV in my arm, my brain went completely like, what happened? What's today? Did I say that? I didn't know what happened. But outside of that, shifting my diet helped a lot. And with your skin and your hair, going back to natural hair, being able to produce hair growth. Yes. People just don't understand. Even just simply starting with drinking more water. Yeah. It's so true. Water. It's so true. Yeah. So it'll help your scalp stay more moisturized. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And people that suffer with like acne, even some people that suffer with eczema, all those different problems, start with the water. Right. Start with the water. But hair growth, I noticed the difference in that too. Like my hair will flow. Like the mane grows a little faster than what I was able to produce before I started making a shift in my diet. I don't even know how we got on diet. You didn't ask me anything about a diet. Girl, I said something about crawfish, and then it went from there. And I went crazy. Okay. That's what happened. It's okay. That tends to happen. No problem.
Okay, so last question, Panther. What was what has been your hardest or your most rough or your most tough obstacle, and how did you overcome it?
When it comes to one thing I can think of in particular,
Mm-hmm.
on this entrepreneur journey, every month not gonna be a successful month.
Right.
And there were times where it wasn't enough money saved to carry over. And it was times where I hadn't learned enough about the importance of, look at the Lord. Didn't I tell y'all? Somebody just bought a logo.
Woo!
This is what starts to happen. And you know,
That's
I didn't even promote anything. Like, I think I might have put something in my story today, but I haven't been live. It's going to happen for everybody. But listen. Okay. So it's not going to always be a successful month. And sometimes you start questioning, am I doing the right thing?
right.
Am I on the right path?
Right.
Is it something I'm missing? And
Right.
especially when you have a kid to feed that's looking at
Mm-hmm.
you, calling you mommy. You have a roof to maintain. This is my home in my name. This is my mortgage. I'm responsible for that.
Right.
And bills never gonna stop. So
Mm-mm.
it's just to the point where I had to make the decision, like, above it all is faith over fear.
Right.
And that's where my t-shirt came from. Faith
Yes.
over fear.
Yes.
Everything that I ever, those sayings, blessed beyond haters, faith over fear,
Mm-hmm.
it comes from sincere places. It comes from experiences of my personal life that I wear proud on my chest, and people can resonate with that story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so making it through that, girl, it wasn't even something I can say I did.
Right.
It was just me choosing to surrender.
Yes.
So
And
that's the answer. That's the answer again for the people in the back. Surrender.
surrender and let
You
God.
wasting your time if you think you got it. You got it all figured out. Okay, life gonna show you.
Real quick. Real quick.
Yes, yes. That's
Well, this has been a powerful, powerful, powerful interview. I
yeah.
enjoyed it so much.
Me too. Ty, we finally got here, girl.
I know.
Funny
I'm
how
so
that happened.
happy.
I just ironically said when we did that ironic split live, you like, Panther, you could come up here. I actually got a moment I could come up here. And I was like, you know what? I keep forgetting because I saw you on something before and I was like, Ty, please remind me of what the schedule is because it will never, if you leave it to me, as soon as I click my phone off, Ty, I go into 1,000 other thoughts and I'll forget that that was actually a thing to follow up on. So when I saw you one day, I said it in the chat. I was like, please remind me of when you said your schedules are. And you just got a line that you were in the car doing your live the other day. You was like, can you come up? And I said, why are we sitting here? Tell me when you're free. And I put it on the calendar. I'm so glad this happened.
I am too. I'm glad that you asked me while we was on live.
Yes, yes, because I just have to have some type of reminder. Like if I
Right.
see the face, I can say, "Oh yeah." But
Right.
once I click off, girl, my brain is like a whole, the freaking rat in a maze trying to look for the way out. That's
Right.
my brain
Boom,
every day.
boom,
Yeah,
boom.
I'm just or like
Girl, I understand.
sound like a Pac-Man game.
Right.
Help me, Lord.
I understand because I trust me, my mind, I'd be like, this brain here that
Girl,
I got.
that's when you know you need some kind of break because it's just too much, like too much. But it's good.
Yes.
It's good stress because I promise you, it's building
It's
you to be the entrepreneur. Because if you can go nonstop at the how you're doing now, it's definitely conditioning you for what it's going to take to run your own show. So I'm so
yes.
proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for taking out this time to set up your platform the way you're doing it. And yeah, we want like new upgrades and things like that, but Ty, it's not necessary. You
Right.
doing it. You are doing it.
Thank
Every
you.
effort counts. So I want you to put a pat on your back and just like,
Thank
hey, in
you.
spite of it all, I'm running a 9 to 5. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. But I also got this stream yard flowing. I know that's important. I also still do my lives and show up. I'm
Yep.
also making content more consistent than I used to. You coming. You coming. force to
Yes.
be reckoned with, and I love it. I love
Thank
that
you.
you're also giving us more of your personality.
Yes.
See, I
Yes.
was waiting
I
for
felt
that
so
shell.
good in that live. That was like my best live ever.
Girl,
And it wasn't even about hair.
Ty, that's the importance. That's what I mean by coming transparent and tying in your personal, because
Yes.
people buy the person.
Yes.
They don't want just the product. They want
Right.
to know who you
You
are.
are. Right.
That's why that was one of your best. That was the funniest fun live I have ever seen from you. I was really blown away. So that's why when you were like, "Can you come up?" I'm like, "Girl, I have them. I don't have no consultation card. Right, I'm coming up because this is crazy. I didn't even know Ty was working with all of this. You are a natural for keeping people entertained.
Aw.
So this type of thing flows well for you. Podcasting, that type of segment, like a YouTube channel, all
Mm-hmm.
of those things where entertainment is necessary, you're a natural for that. And I finally got to see that day. So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Panther. That means a lot. That really means a lot. So I
Yes.
really appreciate that.
Yes, yes, it's growing and it's gonna get there, and we're gonna stick the products too, because that's gonna roll out. Look, I'm about to counsel. Girl, I'm going into a consultation.
Well, Panther, go ahead and tell the audience where they can find you, girl, so we can wrap up this podcast.
Because I'm about to just roll out a whole strategy. I couldn't help myself, y'all.
No, you good.
Woo! So, my name again, Vernica Pritchard, and I am the owner operator of Panther Graphix. The easiest way to find every platform, if you go to Google and type in Panther Graphix, you can find my Facebook, my YouTube, my Instagram. I am at Panther Graphix on every platform. And I also have my website, panthergraphix.com. You can also send an email, info at Panther Graphix. So everything with Panther Graphix will lead you to me. And it's graphics with an X at the end. Okay. So that's where you can find me. I'm always in these digital streets.
Yes, yes. And you need to pull up, hop out, and get some of this magic that
I'll let
Panther
me know.
got to give because she got a lot of fire and you wants to be a
Yes.
part of it.
I know that's right. And if you want to be a cub, a part of the Cub House, go to the Instagram and you can find my text community number on IG. I want to say it's 832-901-5234. If I am in error, I want y'all to go follow up on you, girl, because like I say, this brain. Go to Instagram, and that's where you find me. Follow me, click that bell. Make sure you're tuning in when we're going live. We're always talking about some great things, but I love
Yes.
building a tribe, building a community, get to knowing people one on one. So the text community is very vital for that. So that's it from me, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. You heard her. You heard Mother of the Church.
Mother.
You heard her. So make
Okay.
sure y'all get over there, book you a consultation call,
Yes.
get you a logo,
Yes.
get you an animated logo, get you a book, a journal, get you something. Get
Get
your
you
life.
something. Get your life.
Period.
Get your whole entire life. Thank you, Ty.
You welcome. You welcome. So we really appreciate y'all listening, y'all vibing with us today on episode 14. I'm Ty the Natural, your host. And again, this was our very own Vernica.
Yes.
And we are out of here. And we're going to catch y'all on the next episode. All right?
Yes. Love and
Peace.
light, y'all.